It's wine o'clock. We're ready.
We're ready. So what are you going to cook today?
I am going to make your absolute favorite chicken and dumplings. Super easy recipe. And kind of celebrating the first cool front of the fall season. You know, it's already mid-October and, you know, we finally got a break from the 90s. So, why not have some comfort food?
Awesome.
And wine. Always
And
wine.
Every day, yeah.
As long as I don't spill it. Like I just did.
Serving size is 5 ounces.
Yeah. All right. First thing to do, get your pot. I got this filled about up to here with water because once you put this in, it's gonna go. So now I'm just gonna get my chicken and cut it out of the bag and just plop it in the pot. Just gonna boil it till that chicken is pretty much falling off the bone. And then when that's done, you let it cool for a little while. This is not the shortcut recipe. The shortcut recipe involves a rotisserie chicken and copious amounts of chicken broth. But we're not doing the shortcut. We're doing the real thing.
This is Jack, who's mean mugging us because he's hungry.
Because he's always hungry. He eats constantly.
That's our fat cat.
Yeah.
He's literally staring me down right now.
He mad.
We'll feed you in a second.
He's like, but Mom's got a chicken right there. All right, I'm trying not to make a mess. Scoot this over here.
So how long are we gonna boil this chicken for?
I'm gonna eyeball it maybe about 45 minutes.
45 minutes?
Yeah,
Okay.
really depends.
Cool.
All right.
So we'll see you back in about 45 minutes. All right, so we got 45 minutes to kill. While we're waiting for
the chicken to cook.
yeah, but we're not going to bore our audience for 45 minutes.
No.
We're just going to spend a few minutes to talk about life and what you have already accomplished. Right? So this is the third video in the series already?
Yes. The
Yeah.
other two were on my channel, and we're joining forces.
Yeah, because our shameless plug is her second edition of Kitchen Therapy by Chrissy Klaus with this smoking hot photo on the back. But she's got 50 of these recipes already, from beef, chicken, fish,
Just
snacks.
a bunch.
You know.
Salads, soups.
You're looking at the
Stuff
next.
that's been on the favorites in our household.
Right.
And I wanted to make a book that I could hand down to our girls, so they would always have their favorite recipes that I've made for them over the years. And I also had other people asking me for recipes, so I put it together in a book and I put it on Amazon, and so now I'm adding to it and making a second edition.
Nice.
And it's kind of cool.
Yeah, yeah. Where do you find it?
Amazon.
Amazon?
Mhm.
Okay. We'll put the link at the bottom, of course.
Yeah.
With our shameless plug. But we figured, you know what? She's going to teach you today how to do chicken and dumplings.
Super easy.
But,
So easy.
which is recipe number 5. But you also have, let's see, you've got, what other? Chicken Brienne's, one of my favorites.
That's a copycat recipe. If you've ever been to Caraba's restaurant, yeah, I copied it. And it's so good.
Steak gorgonzola, another favorite of mine.
Mm-hmm.
Spicy ragu, you did that the last time.
Yep.
and some fish, soups, that kind of stuff. So yeah, we figured this is going to be a pretty cool series, and we'll do, I don't know, you have 50 video or 50 recipes. Maybe we'll do 25 to 50 videos showing you guys how my wife does this amazing cooking.
Maybe.
Maybe.
That's a lot of videos.
But meanwhile, we're drinking a Yellowtail from HEB that we get from HEB. It's the cheap stuff, but it's
moderate, but
at
it's
least
not all of it.
It's not box wine.
Yeah, it's not rot gut. It's okay. I much rather prefer Becker, but
we're late 40s, heading into the 50s, Gen X people. We don't have a pension yet, or at all anymore. We don't have retirement.
nope.
So this is our retirement. YouTube.
Well, we're banking on us.
We're banking on us.
Yep.
Okay.
All right. So I just transferred the chicken into my little pot where I'm going to start deboning it, but I'm cleaning up the mess. And I will tell you this. Go to Walmart and get those flour sack rags because, oh my God, they're the best rags ever. Just do it. They're not expensive. They're cheap, but they are effective. And you can get like a 10-pack for, I don't know, like $8, something like that. They're really good. Okay. So now my chicken fell apart because it was a cook time of more of like an hour. And it's really freaking hot, and I'm probably going to burn my fingers, and I usually do. But it's worth it in the end. So basically cook that chicken until you start to see the skin falling off and the bones pop out, which sounds really, really weird. But yeah, just do it. And oh yeah, that's hot. It's real hot. So I'm just going to try and shred without touching for now until it cools off a little more. But my husband's hungry. He wants to eat. He's starving. You'd think I didn't ever feed him. So he's waiting.
We are good.
Okay, so we had to take a little break because it was really, really freaking hot and I was burning my fingers. So I am almost done now after I let it cool down for a little while. But the biggest thing is get every little scrap of meat off of these bones because it's going to be worth it in the end. Yeah, it's a simple recipe. You literally only have like 3 ingredients unless you do some add-ins, which sometimes I do. But yeah, the biggest thing is get as much meat off of this chicken as you can, and it's going to make for a nice, warming, awesome dinner. So that's it for the deboning, and then I'm going to make the dumplings, which are super, super simple.
You can't say it again.
Yeah, I can.
I said that this is your recipe. We don't care about your ex-boyfriend's mother, whatever. This is yours. You made it.
Well,
and then you said,
I've seen variations of this kind of similar recipe where what they do is they take the biscuits and they roll them out into a flat surface and then they cut them kind of like, pizza dough, but they're in little rectangles or little squares, and then they dump them in and they're these little thin slices. But I know you like the thick dumplings, so I don't know if I need to try.
That sounds a little naughty. Don't say that. Say it that way. The thick dumplings.
Like some thick. She's staring straight at me with her tail going nuts.
You got how many dogs over there?
Well, there's 2. I don't know where Teddy is. I don't know what he's doing. All right, I'm going to rinse my hands. No, there's nothing for you right now.
All right, so
All that meat is in the air.
and you wanted me to show the dogs just happen to be waiting there so patiently. All 3 of them.
They will get treats
geez.
later. They cannot have them now.
This is Teddy. He will be a character in all of these videos. And this is Corona. We named
The mama.
her the mama.
And Zozo.
And
No,
Zozo.
get down.
She's ready. Okay. I'm just going to keep letting it go.
All
Because
right.
you say some funny stuff whenever I'm not filming you. Damn it. All right, so what do we got?
All right.
H-E-B.
It can be anything. This is the flaky butter biscuits that HEB has, but I mean, pretty much any of them are good.
Counter.
Yeah, because they're all behind me. See, this is a real kitchen. If you have dogs, you understand. You have to step over them because you're gonna trip over them. Yeah, they're kind of assholes, but we love them anyway. And I know lots of people that hate these because of that. But we're not worried about that. So what we're gonna do, some of them I cut into quarters and some of them I cut into smaller bits. So we're gonna make sure this is on. Gonna reheat. That little piece of chicken is gonna taunt these dogs. Just kind of, I just washed my hands. The bigger pieces put in first because they're going to take a little bit longer. So you want big pieces and little pieces. Kind of round them up. Let those cook. And we're going to do both of these cans. These are some smaller ones.
How long are you going to cook the dumplings?
The trick is you have to test them. You have to test them after a little bit, after they've been in there like 5 minutes. Test them, make sure they're done all the way through. But I haven't even put in the spices yet. So that's the other thing we need to do. But we're going to get the dumplings going before we do that. Because so far, this is the reserved broth that the chicken was cooked in. And I just added a little bit of onion powder and a little bit of garlic powder. But there's more that needs to go into it. And that's like my take on it. Plus, you can also throw in some like peas and carrots. You know, that little veggie mix that you get at the store that's frozen. That way you get some vegetables in it, and it's really good. Tonight, we're going simple. It's 3 ingredients. It is the chicken. Obviously, I'm not counting water as an ingredient. It is the dumplings, which are biscuits. And we're going to put some of this in there.
Fajita seasoning?
Fajita seasoning, yes. Because it has everything. It has salt, pepper, garlic, onion. It's like the perfect blend of stuff to put in here. So I'm just chucking these guys in there. And like I said, doing both cans. Gonna let it get boiling, and then I'm gonna pick the biggest dumpling out of it, and I'm gonna check it, see if it's done. And if it is done, then the dish is pretty much done, and you start letting it cool a little bit.
You never get used to the pot, do you?
I do.
You never know when it's going to come.
No, you don't. But I know it's coming, so I don't freak out. I know there are certain people that absolutely hate those.
Mm.
But gotta get some big ones and some little ones. So look at these. I got big ones and little ones. Just gonna chuck them in there. And just let it start to boil. And you can even take a break, let these boil down a little bit, and then start adding these as the others get done. There's really no way you can screw this up because it's that easy.
Anything special about the tools you're using?
Not really. Not tonight. Not tonight.
Just some basic stuff.
Tonight it's just a Cutco board, a Cyberware. Just
a Walmart knife.
But it's pretty. So yeah, that's what we're using tonight. But this.
And a Viking pot.
Mhm. I love these pots, pans. All right, I got to get the temperature up so it starts to boil and cook these dumplings.
What time is it? 7:38. I'm starving.
You usually are. Yeah, it's nowhere near hot enough. It's hot, but
I can turn it off and we can wait to start again.
I just want to get these dumplings cooking because I don't want them sticking together. That's the only problem. Do not put them all in at one time because they will stick together and then you'll have one gigantic dumpling. So, get that pot boiling first. But.
Whoa.
Measure with your heart. It's a big pot.
Holy shit. No wonder I got high blood pressure. Oh, fuck.
That is not related to salt, and you know it.
Okay.
All right, I already got a nice rolling boil going, and the first batch of dumplings is already in there. So now I'm going to add the others, the smaller ones, because these are going to cook a lot quicker, and they're not going to stick together because the others have already started cooking.
The baby dumplings?
Yeah, you just kind of scatter them. But be careful, because if it splashes, it's going to frickin' hurt. And the steam. Be careful of the steam, too. I've still got a whole bunch to put in. After this, it only needs about 5 minutes. And then you are good to go. Check your seasoning, taste it, add more later.
You know, you need a better story than your ex-boyfriend's mom's. This needs to be a story about chicken and dumplings from the 1860s, handed down generation by generation from grandmother to mother to daughter.
Honestly, okay, well, the story is that this is one of the first recipes that really got me cooking.
Okay.
Because before that, I knew how to cook little things, but this made me want to explore cooking more.
I would say this is one of the first meals you ever made me.
Yes. No, it's one of my favorites, and it's great comfort food, especially when it's nice and cold outside. And like I said, the variation, throw some peas and carrots in here. Throw some green beans in here. Throw some broccoli. Now, don't you gross the veggies. That's part of the goodness. because all those veggies are good for you in totally different ways.
Okay, so now what? We're just waiting for it to brown?
Now we're just going to sit and let it simmer a little bit. Let those other dumplings that we put in cook down, and they'll start to kind of ball up into these little gooey balls of goodness. And yes, I am putting more of this in here because this is a gigantic pot.
That should be fun with the comments. Gooey balls of goodness.
So yeah, just let it simmer down. Oh, and since these are the flaky biscuits, they're coming off in flakes. So there's actually going to be a lot of dumplings and a lot of chicken because all that shredded chicken I put into tiny pieces. So this one's going to be good.
I like that it gets, it starts thickening up too.
It thickens up kind of like a roux. Yeah. All right, but we are going to turn it down just a little bit so I don't get attacked.
Missing something? More?
It's a big freaking pot.
Is it missing something, or is it all you put in?
No, that's the simplicity of the recipe. That's all you need. I mean,
What do you got over there?
well, when I boil the chicken, a little bit of garlic powder, a little bit of onion.
Okay.
But other than that, that Bulmer's Fiesta seasoning is.
Fiesta.
All right, we're at it's starting to thicken up point, so.
Push your lips like this and blow.
I know I'm going to burn myself. I always do.
Okay.
Yeah, we're there.
We're there?
Yeah, we're there.
All right.
Okay, turning the heat off. Going to let it sit for a little bit, just so nobody burns themselves like I usually do. And then we're done. We are there. More?
No, that's good.
It's hot. You're going to have to blow on it. Little hot? Oh, what? Really?
Okay, we're good to go.
I was trying to be.
Worried about your blood pressure. All right. So how long did that take total tonight?
Takes about an hour to cook the chicken, and then 45 minutes or so to let it cool off and debone the chicken. And then if you have the chicken deboned and everything, I mean, it really only takes about 30 minutes.
So if you want dinner at 8, you need to start at 6.
Yeah.
And grab yourself a bottle of wine.
But the shortcut version is a rotisserie chicken and chicken broth.
Boom.